it's very casual. As you can see, it says, if it's textable, don't call me. You know, before I jump into this video about crazy fees, right? Fees, and more fees, and all these creation of fees that they come up with. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to come up and breathe and make money with all these fees. And to me, 80% of them sound rather bogus, especially this latest fee, which we're going to be talking about, marketplace fee. We all know about a service fee, but a marketplace fee? Really? You kidding me? So yeah, the only reason why I put on the shirt here tonight is because I literally have people calling me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleeping at that time, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm sleeping at that time. So you basically wake me up, right? My phone rings. And you know, maybe it's the time difference, 3 hours. So people are waking up on the East Coast at 6 a.m. maybe. And I'm getting a call. It's 3 a.m. my time. And my wife is saying, you know, got to do something about it. So I went online and I found this t-shirt here. If it's textable, don't call me. I love text. I always get back to the people. I always schedule. I welcome you. We already have 23 people. So what is a marketplace fee? Has anybody paid a marketplace fee? The BS ways they're trying to get creative to extract more and more money, you know, and I'm basically reading the same message from drivers over and over again. We're not making money anymore. We're not making that money we used to. Why all these BS fees? So they are charging a marketplace fee in certain cities, quite a few of them, between $1 and $10. And it's based on, it depends on the city and the trip distance. So the maximum they charge is $10. So let's say you have a service fee. In this case, if you look at the thumbnail, you have a service fee of $20.34, right? You then have a marketplace fee, the max, $10, all right? So they're already taking out $30.34. And then you have a region or city fee, right, of 10 cents. But the troubling one here, I guess, is the market fee. I mean, you're in the market doing business, so you're going to charge your drivers a market fee for being, and that varies depending on city, and that varies on distance. You're going to charge them a market fee? You're kidding me, right? So service fee, market fee, region fee, rape me fee, this fee, that fee. What are you left with? So the creative, crazy ways, and this only you said the one thing they don't understand on the top, it only upsets drivers, right? You add this fee, that fee, you're taking more and more out of a person's bottom line instead of doing the opposite and paying them more, right? Actually listening to their number one complaint. Hey, you're not paying us enough. And you do the very opposite. So are you surprised, you know, executives at these companies, are you surprised that the people are leaving you? Because this is what we do, right? The day I pay Uber a market fee, I agree with you, Sawyer. M. Sawyer's in the house. This is why drivers are leaving, because it's not adding up anymore. Because once you come up with all these fee structures and taking it out, it makes no sense. Go and find, don't they have like a position at Uber or some executive, and EV now has that, right? They have a chief experience officer, right? So you share your experience. Let's talk about your experience. Let's communicate. Let's figure this out, right? I just got a message that says, can you please make a video on DoorDash stealing tips, right? Send me the proof, send me the screenshots, right? I'm in a live feed right now. Just send me everything you have. And if it's really juicy stuff, I make a video, right? I make a video of it. Megan Perrone is in the house. Good evening to you. Megan's a very special person, I can tell you that. I'm just putting that out there. I know you're a very special person. She's very caring. She jumped in, helped out when that other guy hurt himself. She's just a very generous, giving, and special person, and it's an honor to have you in my channel. And I hope we meet one day. You know, I go around. I was supposed to fly up to Chicago next week and pick up a car, another Cadillac, but now found a trucking company that's bringing it down, right? But you know, try and find cars in these crazy times at the right price ain't easy. You're welcome, Megan, and you deserve that title. You absolutely deserve that title. But you know, if anybody has had experience with these marketplace fees, we're in the market, right? We operating in the market. You're already taking your 50, 60, 70%, taking a service fee, a region fee, and now a marketplace fee? Really? Won't you allow me to operate freely in the marketplace without extracting further fees? Oh, and that's based on the city and based on the distance. Well, how do you explain that? I can concoct any shit and put it in there. This fee, that fee. Listen, the way they write it says depending on the city and the trip distance. Wow. Wow. I don't know. I don't know how the numbers add up anymore. They just simply don't, right? And if they do not address this, they're going to lose more and more drivers. It's that simple. And I know they watch my videos because sometimes the Uber attorneys comment to my attorneys about my videos. Oh, tone him down, or don't let him say that. And my attorney says, we can't control him. He says what he says, right? And I know it pisses them off. And I know it pisses Dara off. And I know it pisses Nelson Chai off. And I know it pisses Tony West off. And I know it pisses the executives off. But that's my job, is to call these a-holes out, right? I can't like pretend I'm okay with it when I'm not. And then I've had one or two guys trolling me for the last few weeks. Oh, you sound rather upset and you sound rather negative. If in your brain you think that sounds negative, the way I see it is I'm doing a job. I don't represent these companies. I represent the people that are bringing in the money for the companies. They're called drivers and delivery drivers. They're called gig workers, right? So if I get upset in my live feeds, if I get angry in some of the videos, that is because I am a passionate person and I express my feelings to these individuals and make them understand, right? To me, it's a gift. To me, you know, communication is so powerful. If you're a great communicator, you're going to sell anything, right? You can basically sell anything. You can sell a house, you can sell a car, you know, you can sell information on the gig world. It all depends how you package it up and how authentic you are and how good your content is, right? So, I mean, you might be a good speaker, but with really crappy content, you're not going to get any subscribers, you know? There are some people out there, some YouTubers, and I've seen many come and go, you know, and many should have way more subscribers because they actually have phenomenal content. And maybe sometimes I'm thinking, well, you know, maybe they don't not structuring the titles, the descriptions, and the keywords. The keywords are so important when you're doing the marketing, the hashtags, and then, you know, you cross pollinate, you put it on Twitter, Facebook. You know, some of these YouTubers should have way more subscribers because their content is so good. What they're putting out there is relevant. It's worthy, right? It teaches you something. And before I make videos, I usually go out and I research it. You know, I don't know, just like fire in the dog. Oh, I'm going to make another video here. Or, you know, I look at it. I read, I get feedback from you guys. I get great input from the subscribers, from friends in the channel. And I say to myself, you know, people are upset about that, or people want me to talk about that, or people want me, you know, to address the fact that all of these fees and additional fees and more fees and crazy fees and rape me fees and these fees and those fees and marketplace fees and service fees and region city fees, enough fees, right? Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I would appreciate that. Taking a little sip of water. Oh, and then I have my, my original. This is the first hat my son made for me and bought for me. I have the original rideshare professor hat. I found it. Fell behind my couch. There it is. I thought it was gone, but I found it again. So this lady came over, started chatting me up here. One of the mothers. Hello, how are you doing? Are you a parent? I'm like, no, I'm a driver and my client is here, so how can I help you? Interesting. So yeah, I mean, again, why am I making this video? I try to get through to these decision makers, right? Decision makers, executives, the people that are supposed to be leading the country. And by the way, look at the stock price, $38, right? That should tell you a lot. $38. 38 bucks, Dara Koshashawi, if you haven't checked in. $38, that's where your stock lies. And the Lyft stock down, Uber stock down. If you want the public, if you want Wall Street, if you want the financial world to believe in your company and to really buy in and pump, and pump up your stock, buy your stock, well, then you got to lead, right? You start by leading. And all I can say is, and I've said this 1,000 times before, investors, you need to start replacing people. And you need to start replacing them with people that are able to communicate and talk. Because there are so many different rifts in this company. You got this little island of executives. You definitely don't have a happy workforce of engineers, right? You have very upset and disgruntled drivers. You got riders over here on this little island that are not happy with their high rates. I mean, you got a lot of moving particles, parts, islands here, and groups of people that are just simply not happy, right? So you need someone that can pull them all together. Can pull the drivers, the riders, the engineers, and really start restructuring and reworking your formula and changing your culture. Because what you're doing right now is not working. $38. Go check. $38. Jules Vault in the house. Shout out. Welcome. Thank you for being part of the channel. We have 42 people in the house. Please hit this button here. It looks like this. It's like a thumbs up button. We're on 12 right now. The more of these, the higher we rank in the algorithm, the easier they come across our videos. I also, if I think a video is really newsworthy, I usually drop it in some Facebook groups. I drop it in Twitter, and we get it out. And Leslie Black, Tucson, Arizona in the house. Scott Tucker, Austin, Texas in the house. Migam in the house. We've got a lot of people in the house. I welcome you all. And tonight I'm asking you if you have received a marketplace fee. Look at the thumbnail of my video. Who's your daddy? Exactly. Who's your daddy? Definitely my daddy ain't Dara. That's for sure. I should be saying that to Dara. Who's your daddy? I should whip old Dara into shape. I have fun with Dara because there's just endless ammunition, right? He gives me so many patrons that I have no problem firing them, missiles, whatever they are. JT's in the house, New York City. Stephen Hines is in the house. All rides in San Francisco have a marketplace fee, right? And what are you usually paying? Jay Giovanni is in the house. Dallas in the house. Mubarak's in the house. So in San Francisco, what is your typical marketplace fee? Should be rather high, right? Because marketplace fee depends on city and distance traveled. And some cities don't have marketplace fees, but you know, Charlotte, North Carolina, Kareem's in the house. Kareem Mayers, welcome you. I'll be drinking a lot of water today. Lots of water. So what do you guys think of this Omicron? Supposed to come from South Africa. Not very good. But I don't think it's anything to get excited about. Florida's in the house. AGB. What does that stand for? AGB. Are those your initials? Varies from $1.82 to $5.62 today. Robert Udler's in the house. I won't be beats in the unknown. You know, more fees again. Fees and fees and fees and fees. The reason for this video, they are not addressing the problem. They're crying, they're whining, they're moaning that their drivers are leaving, and they're taking a lot from the riders. I mean, they're testing these thresholds. How much can we extract from a rider before we maybe start losing riders, before they start moving over to taxis? They can study all of this. They can study any type of migration pattern of their riders in each and every city. Believe me on this, right? They have all the data. How far can we push a rider before they start migrating away? And migrating away means probably taking a taxi, right? So when they start seeing people exiting and they start playing around with their formulas, can we extract a little more? Ooh, that was maybe a little bit too much. Now suddenly we see the ridership go back in that city. They can finesse it, they can fine tune it like a carburetor in an engine, right? So they know exactly to what maximum they can push that rider. They also at the same time know exactly to what maximum can we push the driver. How many fees can we introduce? Region fee, marketplace fee, service fee, screw me fee, F me over fee, right? How many fees can we introduce before drivers start bailing out? They can study that, right? So they test their thresholds, the tipping points. When has a driver had enough? When has a rider had enough? How much can we actually extract? Netherlands already said it was there before it got to South Africa. Okay, so who are we blaming, the Netherlands or South Africa? I thought it originated in South Africa. I thought it was brought to the Netherlands, and I thought a couple of people brought it to the UK. I haven't heard of any cases in the United States yet. Mubarak says, Professor, last week I got a trip request, 111 minutes for $22 in Dallas. So you're supposed to work 111 minutes, right? Let's do the math. That's 1 hour and 51 minutes for $22. So you cancel. And then they ding you on the cancellation. Gypsy lady, hi, it's newbie that's ready to leave after a year here in Denver, Colorado. Tell us about it. Why are you ready to leave? I'm curious. I always love to hear why people bail out, why people take the parachute, why people leave. So you're in a safe space. You can share freely, right? Nothing in this channel is held against you, right? Now, if you come in here and you swear and you're racist and you're a troll, yeah, I kick you out. But you truly have the freedom here to share, because at the end of the day, the way I see it, sharing is caring, right? What's wrong about Denver? I'd like to also know, are you not making enough money in Denver? Are you maybe stuck in UberX? Are you maybe driving the wrong times or the wrong venues? I mean, surely after a year, you figured out where and when to make money, right? In Denver, Colorado. Now, the question is, if you know that formula in Denver, when and where, and you've actually were able over the months to increase your earnings by 20-30% because you understand those two factors, what now has changed and made you say, well, I'm bailing out after a year? Is it because they are putting on all these fees? Do they have a marketplace fee in Denver? How high are the service fees? How high are the screw me over fees, right? Could be the reason why you're leaving is just obviously it's not adding up anymore, right? Guys, we have 65, that's a lot of people. 65 people in the house, guys and girls, mothers and fathers. We have one thing in common, we're all gig workers. Let's have this in common. A thumbs up, like Dustin says. Smackovich time, smack that like button, because the more likes I get in this video, the better my video performs in the algorithms on YouTube, and the more likely some people at Uber at the headquarters or some executive see it and bring it to Dara's attention, right? When I make a video, I go in with the intent of getting under their skin. I'll be very straight up, right? I want their attention, right? Because I think Scott, Martin, I appreciate you. Because I think these topics that I bring up are so important. Some other people don't like to talk about them. Maybe they're too uncomfortable, but fees after fees after fees after fees, that scares people away. You want to start seeing income after increase. You want to walk out with some sort of, like, if you're at a company, you want to walk out with some sort of Christmas bonus. You don't want your boss to come to you on Christmas and say, oh, it's Christmas, but we have all these fees and all these fees and all these fees, and you're getting nothing. Well, guess how long that employer is going to stay with that company? Gypsy Lady, I appreciate you. Thank you. Just smacked down $9.99. Remember that song, 1999? $9.99. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Right? Cool name, by the way. So, again, I made a video yesterday about EV Now. A lot of people signed up, right? A lot of people signed. Yeah, it's 2 gallons of fuel. Thanks to Gypsy Lady, I just bought myself 2 gallons of fuel, which I should get about 34 to 36 miles, thanks to Gypsy Lady. I appreciate you. So, oh yes, I gave rides to 2 people saying they stopped doing Uber because it wasn't worth it. Right? When you use the words, it wasn't worth it, it basically means the math doesn't add up. And that's precisely the point of my video. The math is starting to not add up and people are leaving. And I have such difficulty understanding these people when they see drivers leaving. What do they blame it on? Right? What are they blaming this mass exodus of drivers on? Can't they take responsibility and say, hey, maybe we're not paying these people enough. Maybe we are overcharging them. Maybe we have too many fees built in when they see their final results, right? That scares them off, right? So I'm having such difficulty understanding the minds of these individuals running the company. Because I have run companies, I have sold companies, I've sold some companies for a lot of money, right? And I tell you what, my staff turnover, or the people or the salespeople or my drivers that worked for me, whichever company it was, whatever position it was, right? The one thing I know that was discussed, we like it here, we feel good, we feel cherished, we feel respected. And when you take care of an employee, when you take care of a gig worker, they stay with you. Right? Hello, Dara. They stay with you. Hello, Logan Green. Hello, Tony Zoo. They stay with you when you take care of them. Right? You don't have to get the next one, like a conveyor belt, washing machine. Oh, got to get the next one in because this one gets kicked out. This one, oh, they're sick and tired of the fees. They don't want to drive because they're not making enough money. Next one. No, you could get some consistency here, right? Create happy people, right? Happy people will stay with you. It's how you treat them at the end of the day. I drive when consecutive ride promos are max, traffic is light, and demand is maxed, ensuring max earnings. I love that. I love it when a person has a plan and say, this is when I drive. I drive when there's max this, max surge, max that. That's it. And in the other times when you're going to not treat me well and you're going to underpay me, I'm not working. So again, drivers are smart. Drivers learn the language on the street. Drivers figure out when to drive or when to capitalize on the surges. They know when the peak driving time is. So, hey, if you were a full-time driver, you know what, hang on, I'm not making the money anymore. You know what, I will jump into the car, peak time, maybe on a Friday or Saturday night, 2 hours, milk it, get some decent money for those hours, and that's it. But, you know, those good times are gone. Now, those good times can come back. Honestly, they can come back. And I truly, truly hope and pray that Alex M's in the house. Some drivers are picking up 4.95 rides. Like, what the hell, less than taking a bus. We don't whore for 4, right? We don't whore for 4. Meow. Alex Pinero's in the house. You turn into a cat. Gato. El Gato, what are you, a lion, a leopard, a cheetah? Or are you a little tubby cat? Or are you Garfield? Who are you? Meow. Anyway, so if they want to get these people back, I truly think that they need to bring back that multiplier. And maybe a lot of you can't relate to the multiplier because you did not have it in your state or your city. But the multiplier in California was enjoyed for 1 year, right? Noelvis Lima's in the house. Good to see you as well, my friend. Hope you and the family are doing well, staying safe. And the multiplier, ladies and gentlemen, in California made quite a few drivers happy for a year. Because having that power to set, there we go, Todd just said it, right? Todd nailed it. I miss the multiplier. And there's a lot of people that I talk to that miss the multiplier. Because the multiplier actually makes you, for the first time, feel like an independent contractor. Oh, great. You know, I can control my Saturday night. I can set my fares. I know when it's busy. I know when it's not busy. So maybe I go out when it's ultra busy and I demand more. Luis Cruz is in the house. LA driver from LA, a Lyft driver from LA here. Drunk girl leaves phone in my car. I got to read this one. It's got probably a funny story. I let Lyft know about the found phone. Next morning, I have this girl and her thugs jumping my fence, scaring my kids. Holy crap. Dude, I would sue the company. I would subpoena. I would take those people to the cleaners for harassment, because that's what Lyft set up. Lyft put those people in your backyard, right? Because they don't know how to handle a missing phone issue, right? You should never, ever have your children or anyone, any family member subjected to a couple of punks that pitch up at your house and demand their phone back, right? Maybe because Lyft miscommunicated with you. So I would turn that into a lawsuit, really. There's a lot of lawsuits. You guys are sitting on a lot of lawsuits. A lot of you probably don't know that, but sue them, right? Sue them. If you're stuck with Checker and you're losing money and they're not doing your background check, if they're failing you, you sue them, right? And you guys are going to see that in January, I come out with the from deactivated to reactivated. I have a killer course that you can do 2 things. I can do it for you, get you reactivated, or I give you the tools and show you the steps how you go from deactivated to reactivated, because it's all about the money. It's all about the money you are losing from the moment they have wrongfully terminated you. And when I talk about wrongful termination, they have a washing list of reasons why they terminate you, right? And 90% of the time, it's a wrongful deactivation, right? And it causes insane stress. So you're getting ready for Christmas. You want to buy your kids presents. You want to do something nice, and then you get deactivated. Megan Perone, love you. If your download Surge 2X app on iPhone, you can save waypoints, locations, and see surges just before they happen. It is a paid service, like $3 a month, but very handy. Wow. Look at that. Shared. So guys, go check that out. Read what Megan has to say. She's obviously doing it. And again, sharing is caring. Sharing your money-making ideas with other people. I love that, right? Oh, I make money over here, and I'm going to tell my community, and I'm going to tell my homies, and I'm going to tell my gig family, and I'm going to tell my subscribers, and I'm going to tell my friends how I make money. I want to share the idea with them. I want to empower the person in New Orleans. I want to empower the person in San Antonio. I want to empower the person in Vegas. Sharing is caring. This is who we are. Never change, folks. This is who we are. Never, ever change that in your DNA. In my eyes, you are very special people. They take care and look out for other special people, right? Sharing is caring. That is who we are. That is in our DNA. And if they could just tap into our DNA, if those executives could take a sample of our DNA, they would be better people. But you are dealing with the rotten scum of the earth. They pick up the phone to the investor and they pick up the phone to their bank manager. What's in my account? And yes, investor, when should I blow you again? When should I come over and blow you under the table again, right? Those are the only people they answer. They don't care about you. They don't care. Matt B is in the house. Funny. You're funny. Should be a comedian, Matt. Gustavo Rosales says, hi, Prof. San Diego's in the house. A lot of good people from San Diego. Paul Figueroa, Thomas Gibson. James says, Travis was paying drivers from investors. Now there's no investors want to pay a thing because they run out of money. Abstract Echo Jimmy says, the executives only care about their bottom line. Sawyer says, somebody could easily have lost their life that day. Lewis, very, very stressful. I would sue. Gypsy Lady says 4,666 trips in a year. Damn, that's impressive. Wow. If you divide, Gypsy Lady, divide that by 300, and then you should have 365. So you have an average of, I would say, about 12 rides a day, right? 7 days a week. Chris Taylor says, Matt, Biden would charge the driver and pay the rider. I wanted to be a comedian. If I drive full-time, 400 miles a day, 7 days a week for 6 months, Uber will send me to clown school for free. That's cool, man. That's cool. I think you'd do well at clown school. I think you'd be a great clown. Guys, hydrate, do your exercises. I stopped a couple of times today, did my exercises. From Florida, executives are probably chilling back, snorting their cocaine, and are as productive as pounding sand. Very well summed up. From Florida, driving for Uber and listening. Gene Ramirez is in the house. Feel free to contribute. I like the setup in my car, the lighting, the new iPhone 13 Max Pro. I do want to give a shout out to my 3 sponsors. The one company I'm consulting for, EV Now, electric car leases. You're going to meet the CEO Dexter in one of my live feeds this week or early next week. Legal Rideshare, Brian Greening, top attorney that's helped. Monica's in the house. Gerson's in the house. What exercises do you do while driving or on a break? That's a good, I do a couple of push-ups. I walk around a bit. I'll stop the car. I'll walk a bit. I'll do stretches. I'll do I think just a lot of stretches and a lot of movement. I'll run on a spot. Today, I think I went a little bit overboard. I stopped for 30 minutes. People were looking at me. What is this guy doing? What is he doing? Actually, I want to just oxygenate the blood and get the blood flowing, get the heart, the flowing, pumping. And I did about 30 minutes halfway during the day because I felt like, sitting in the car all the time, my body was starting to cramp up. And now I feel great. Glad I did it. Glad I do it every single day. Very important. Muy importante, right? Aqua, load up. Hey, you're asking the right guy here. Is the limo business better than driving Uber? There is no comparison. There is no comparison, my friends. And I would like to see in 2022, I'd like to see more of you transition from Uber and Lyft and become private drivers, because you can phase it out. That's the cool thing. If you have the right type of vehicle, and it doesn't have to be crazy fancy. Carlos Belmas in the house. Blessings to you and your family as well, my friend. I appreciate you, Carlos. If you have the right type of car, and it could be a minivan, could be a Toyota Sienna. It's a great car to start off in the limo business, because, you could use it for XL on Uber and Lyft. You won't be able to use it for SUV, but you could use it as a private car. But it starts getting exciting when you start looking at the bigger vehicles, the Suburbans, the Cadillacs, the Mercedes, even the Metris is a great car. And you can truly start phasing out Uber and Lyft. The more and more private clients you feed into your enterprise. And it's not difficult, folks, and it's nothing to be fearful about, and it's not a crazy risk. There has never been a higher demand for private drivers as there has been right now. And I back this up with one simple reason, right? And that is a lot of riders are sick and tired of paying astronomical Uber and Lyft fees, which you don't get, by the way, right? So the riders are paying, I'll give you an example, from Calabasas to LAX. It's a 1-hour drive. I do it multiple times a day. They're paying $234 if they order an SUV. You can offer them that trip as a private driver for $160, $170, $150 all day long. 1 hour, ka-ching. I'm not kidding you. I had a lady in the car, very, very, very wealthy lady in her end 70s, right? And I drive her 10 times a year. She has a house in New York, has a house here, comes and visits her kids. And she was telling me she's done with ordering Uber SUVs, just too expensive. And she knows I always give her a good rate. And what she said to me today, she said, Torsten, can I pay you more because of the high gas prices? I said, you don't have to. You're always very generous with your tip. I love having you on board. I learn a lot from you because you have such great stories, right? So, the trip was $150. She pays me 1020s, right? 1020s. Now, 1020s, this is from her because I put it in one compartment of my wallet. This is from her. This is $200. Ladies and gentlemen, this trip took me 44 minutes. 44 minutes with a private client, right? Now, to get $200 from Uber, I probably, correct me if I'm wrong, I probably have to do $500 worth in trips, right? Because they take more than 50%, right? I could never, ever do that in 44 minutes. You see what I mean? So if I can get 5 or 6 of these a day, on the minimum I'm shooting for $800 a day, my maximums are turning out to be about $2,000, $2,200 a day. With tips, I have a different type of clientele, right? I'm not dealing with college kids. I'm not dealing with drunkards. I'm not dealing with pukers in my car. I'm dealing with professionals. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, and I'm more than willing to teach that formula to anyone out there. I have taught that formula to thousands of drivers. and not every single one of them has gone out and become a private driver. But 80% of them have gone out, and out of those 80%, I can tell you 75% get back to me and said it was the best thing I ever did. And right now, you cannot go wrong. I had a conversation with a gentleman in Dallas today, and what he did is I told him to get into the Facebook groups. I told him to speak to SUV drivers at the airports and just ask them, is it busy? And they say it is crazy busy, crazy busy. So if it is busy because there are not enough drivers on the road, get into Uber and Lyft, start recruiting your private clients across into your LLC, and keep 100% of the monies. Yes, you will be buying a more expensive car. Yes, your insurance will be going up quite a bit. Yes, your commercial registration is a bit more annually, but when all is said and done after 365 days, you do the calculations. I'll tell you, you will not regret it. And if I can help you in 2022, I would love to do that, right? So I have existing courses at ridesharedrivingschool.com. I will be adding the private chauffeur course in January. I will be adding the deactivated to reactivated course, and just simply enjoy helping people, right? So all day long, and you know, a person said, is it worth it to become a private limousine driver? I think I answered your question in about 20 minutes right there, right? Totally. And I'm just so impressed with, today I went out, so yesterday, hands up, who went shopping on Cyber Monday and Black Friday? Or let me rephrase the question. Who bought more deals on Cyber Monday versus Black Friday? So I went shopping on Black Friday. There were a couple of deals, but yesterday I went shopping. I mean, like crazy shopping, right? And the one thing I'm super excited, and you'll probably see it tomorrow. I went out and got the brand new Denver, Colorado. Yeah, that's Gypsy Ladies from Denver, Colorado. 4,666 trips in 1 year. Impressive. So I went out and got the brand new iPad Pro with all the bells and whistles, keyboard, the pen, everything, and that set me back about $2,500. And then with a couple of rebates and Cyber Monday deals, I think I got about another $250 or $300 in discounts back. And the technology, I mean, the camera technology, very much the same as in the iPhone Pro Max 13. I'm super excited to invest a bit more money in technology now, right? And improve the video quality, because I feel like I haven't done that in a long time. And I'm not dark road running. You know, if I have a question or if I want to learn something, I go to Dark Road Run. I love that guy. I mean, I just absolutely love. And Dark Road Run, shout out to you, my brother. You have a very special channel, and you should have 10 times the amount of subscribers, because this guy truly brings value and teaches you about the tech, the lighting, the microphones, the sound. And anybody that's thinking of starting a YouTube channel, I would highly, highly recommend you go and subscribe to Dark Road Run. Now, not to go off on a tangent, but I do want to give my sponsors, Display Ride. You know Display Ride. That is that little camera set up in your car. What makes that dash cam different from any other dash cam? Well, it's automatically uploaded into the cloud. So along comes a carjacker. Hey, get out of my car, or get out of your car. It's now my car. Kicks you out, right? Steals the car, trashes the dash cam, the evidence, but the fool doesn't know that everything has been uploaded into a cloud, right? It's there. And so they just have to draw the information from the cloud, give it to the police, give it to the insurance companies, give it to Uber and Lyft, and the next thing the individual is arrested. I tell you, dash cams are great. Love Van True, probably my favorite, Van True N4 or N2. But couple of steps above that, it's Display Ride, because to have that footage in the cloud is worth gold. Megan Perron says, I bought a titanium heater for my reef tank. Cool, $100. What was the discount on that? You bought it for $100, and what did you save? I'm just curious to find out. And he said, I bought iPad Pro. I'm using it for my business, and I'm not spending big on anything else. I'm saving for my next vehicle for my limo business. Oh yeah, love it. Gerson's in the house. Rideshare Otter's in the house. Yeah, Rideshare Otter DDR is great. DDR, are you listening? Philly Businessman's in the house. Save $40. So that heater was $140. That's 40% savings. That's good. That's good. I bought myself a Segway as well yesterday. God, I spent money. I spent crazy money yesterday. Wanted to buy some cars at the auction today, but they looked pretty and everything, but under the hood, and the mileage was too high, so I stayed away. But there were two cars. There was a 740 BMW I was eyeing. They fudged the numbers on the mileage. The mileage was way higher, right? So I stayed away. But I wanted to get two cars today. Ended up getting 0 vehicles. What car do you recommend buying if I'm interested in private clients? So I think that is a phenomenal question, and I'm going to ask you this. Austin Eats is in the house. I'm going to ask you this. Your name is LA Shadow 8. And you can be very honest with me. No judging, no judgment whatsoever. Is your credit okay? Right? Do you have some cash saved up? You know, sort of like what is your budget? And based on that, I mean, you could go in entry level and get yourself a really, really good minivan or a hybrid SUV or a Toyota, or you could take it up a notch, get yourself a new Suburban or the old Suburbans. They're going for great prices, by the way. The older generation Cadillacs and the older generation Suburbans are selling for phenomenal prices, and they are excellent cars, right? The latest 2021 model, yeah, they're beautiful, they're sexy, they're sleek, they're impressive, a lot of gadgets, great cars, very expensive, right? Some people don't like the big Suburbans. I mean, don't like the big SUVs. If you're looking at, you can get yourself an S550. You can pick those up in good condition, you know, good leather interior, black on black. You can pick those up very, very cheap. Go to Facebook Marketplace, go to Craigslist, write to 20, 30 dealers, play them up against each other, or go to the dealer auctions, right? I mean, you could literally go and pick up maybe in pretty good condition an S550 for $15,000, $20,000, right? Pretty good condition. But again, you're limiting yourself to the amount of passengers. You're limiting yourself with luggage. I like the big cars. This car here is the top of the range in Cadillac. It's called the Platinum, and it has insane space. I can fit so many people and so much luggage. A lot of people, in fact, come to me because they say, oh, we wanted to try to book this other guy. He has a smaller vehicle. Our luggage won't fit in. We can't fit in enough people. This beast is a workhorse, right? I stack the people. I have this one in black on black, the Cadillac, and I have this one in the tan, sort of like the toffee interior. If your credit is okay and you are a Costco member, or you can find a dealer that will accept GM supplier pricing, it's cheaper to finance new versus used. GM supplier deals are not hard to find if you look. Love it. Megan, I think I need to make Megan. I don't have one single administrator, right, in my channel. if I could think about, I could think about 5 people instantly that I would make administrators on my channel. Megan Perrone would be one of them. So that's a compliment. I'm feeling right now. How are you feeling, Gypsy lady? I'm feeling right now. How are you feeling? I'm feeling frustrated right now. I'm feeling happy right now. I'm feeling upbeat right now. The Crazy Dane says, I got a 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe XL Premium black on black, all leather. Can I use that? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. The only thing that you would be doing with that car is you would be going and registering it as a commercial vehicle because you have it registered as a regular vehicle. That's the only difference. And you'd be going out and getting a commercial insurance to qualify for your state paperwork. If you're in California, it would be called a TCP. If you're in New York or New Jersey, I think a TNC or TCN. Texas, where Vegas is a little difficult, right, to get your private limo license. But in most states, it's a breeze. And your wait time, I would say, right now is about 60 days, right? Oh, 2021 diesel. Listen, diesels are the best engines. I mean, a diesel will outlast any other vehicle. And that 30 miles per gallon is mega impressive. Jim Rats Mangoo, just supporting. Love the work you do. Hey, I really appreciate you. High five. Thank you. That is very kind of you. And lots of love to you and your family. Hopefully you're staying safe. And we will keep on fighting. We will keep on pushing relentlessly, folks. My work is not done. Got a lot of good stuff coming in 2022. But it would make me happy. It would make me happy, Jim Rat Magoo, to see more and more people transition from being gig workers, right, to being a combination of gig workers and starting their own LLC, right? Low risk. You can always fall back on Uber and Lyft. You've got the car. You always have 2 ways you can make money, Uber and Lyft, and you slowly start building your private clientele. And the way you do it, I explain it at the ridesharedrivingschool.com in a lot of detail. But if I could summarize it for you, if I could summarize the best way of recruiting private clients, this is it. Listen up. Do you know, or can you remember the last person you drove with, last person you had in your car, where you totally hit it off? You guys had a great conversation. You respected each other. The communication was flowing. They were asking you questions. You were asking them questions. Maybe you were talking about family. Maybe you were talking about business. Maybe you were talking about hobbies. Maybe you were talking about golf. Maybe you were talking about, can you remember that last individual when you had that type of conversation? Well, those are the people, right? Those particular people that you really hit it off with, you do a soft sale. You do a soft sale with them. And what is Torsten, what is Rideshare Professor talking about when he says soft sell? Well, there's this thing, right? That happens to be one of my older Suburbans. You got the picture of you there, your name, your phone number, my company name. And I say, hey, by the way, and this is the soft sell, right? If you ever stuck somewhere and you cannot get an Uber or a Lyft, think of me. I'll come and get you, right? And I'll tell you, at that point, you will have a private client for life because you're giving them way better rates. They are saving money through you. They're paying less to you than they are paying to Uber and Lyft, right? And they already know you're a cool guy or a cool girl because they've had a great conversation with you in the car, right? So it's the easiest sale, soft sale, right? But only with the people that you really have a good rapport, that you say, wow, I really thoroughly enjoyed that trip. I'll tell the guy maybe at the end, hey, thank you. You're a 5-star ride. I appreciate your company, right? Gypsy Lady said, I get my best reviews on my conversation. There we go. You see, you know how to talk to people, right? You know how to talk to people. And by the way, a great entry level and a very safe bet is any XL car. Any XL car, any Japanese XL car, whether it's a Honda Odyssey, Toyota Sienna, maybe one of the bigger Nissans, maybe the Kia Carnival coming out in 2022, or maybe a Suburban. A safe bet to get in, if you don't want to spend too much money on a car, is you go for maybe like a nice black on black Toyota Sienna. Fits a lot of people, takes a lot of luggage, makes you good money on XL. Ask Paul Figueroa, he has it. And it's a great way to get into the private game. Later on, you can say, okay, I'm going to splash out more money and I'm going to go like Thomas, Gibson, UberX, XL, and then Cadillac, right? Once you're in that upper echelon, everything changes. Your tips change, the caliber of people change, conversations sometimes change because a lot of professionals, they want quiet time, which is fine, you just drive. But the real possibilities open up there. Let's see, it says the Junkyard Mechanics, Lux Black, ES350, I love it. Abshadeko, I actually got some voice over gigs from riders, very cool. Philly Businessman says I had that last year, but COVID-19 messed that up this time. Yeah, I mean, COVID came in and did screw up. I mean, I remember I had to let a lot of vehicles go, but the moment, you know, in April when things started cranking up again, business went through the roof, right through the roof. And, you know, that pandemic unemployment assistance, well, that's over. Nobody's getting that anymore. And anybody that had a bit of money set aside is quickly running out of it. So you got to ask yourself, what is my next gig? Am I going to go in and work for these companies at an UberX level where they're charging marketplace fees, service fees, region fees, city fees, and they're taking 50 to 70% of your monies? Not worth it. Not worth it. I drove around 2,500 trips pre-COVID in a Civic, but with the new rule of, let's see, no passengers in the front. XL seems like the way to go. XL is a safe bet. You can look at all the numbers that you're doing in X and you can immediately double them, right? You can double your mileage, double your time, double your tips. And then if you have $800 set aside, go and start the process. Again, it'll take 60 to 90 days, depending what state, and get your private license. Go and empower yourself. Go and enjoy and become an independent contractor, a true independent contractor. Fairly much, and I'm repeating myself, what the guys in California felt for the first time when they had the multiplier and could set their own rates. Imagine going out on a Saturday night, you know it's busy, it's 2 a.m., the clubs are closing, gangbusters, the people got to go home, they tired. You know, you can set your rates at 5x. The marketplace dictates, right? But a marketplace fee, I'm all for the marketplace in adjusting the rates to the marketplace, but why is Uber charging me a marketplace fee? Oh, I'm driving in your market and you're going to charge me a fee for driving in your market? Isn't this like a free market for everyone? I should be able to operate freely, you know, in the marketplace. What's up with this marketplace free? All right, I'm losing my voice. What time do we have? We have 10 past. We have 10 past 8. Anybody want some mince? Anybody want a sour? Or does anybody want to have the raspberry? Or does anybody want to have the green one or the blue one? You guys decide. I'm gonna go for the sour. And this is, you know, this should be called the Dara icebreakers, the sour puss icebreakers, Dara Koshashawi icebreakers. Well, they like these things that are like, your jaw is like, and by the way, I got myself this rad contraption. I mean, it looks like Wally. It's not a sex toy, ladies and gentlemen. It is the coolest little massager. You know, get the circulation going, loosen up the neck. The main artery in your body, the main artery that really clears the lymphatic, that activates the lymphatic and gets rid of a lot of the toxins, ends up right by your ear. So if you literally massage all around your ear, you are connecting with that main vein that runs through the entire body. Bit of a cranial head massage. God, it feels good. Sometimes I just put up like this. And this thing has a lot of sentimental value because my little son, he was young, at the auto show, went out and did this. Made this for me and came up, Daddy, I made you a hat. It was Ryan. You probably met him. Now, my older son, who is 18, is 6'4", is 2 inches taller than I am. And the young one, Ryan, you met him in some of my feeds. I think he's going to be a big time entrepreneur one day. Damn, this kid has shot up in size. Gypsy lady says, so you're not the only one thinking this. I've been thinking they're blocking my good reviews. I mean, why would they want to block your good reviews? I mean, you're entitled to your good reviews. You've earned them. Why would they want to block them? Right? I mean, you've worked hard for your reviews, right? So why can't they be publicly available for everyone to see? Just like if you have a great restaurant and they have a lot of good Yelp reviews. Well, people should see it. Roy Watkins is in the house. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Roy Watkins, special man, very special person. M. Sawyer, they block all comments on Uber. Riders can't block all comments on Uber. Riders can't leave them anymore. Oh, okay. Interesting. But have you guys noticed, if you ever go to the Uber channel on YouTube, their own channel on YouTube, Uber blocks all the comments. They do not want drivers commenting on their videos, period. I'm not surprised. I don't think there'll be too many friendly comments and remarks out there. But if you are a driver and you have great reviews, well, the public should see them. The riders. Hey, we are on 57. Can we squeeze another 3 likes out there? Is it possible to get another 3 likes so we can get it up to 60? That would be the bomb. We're on 57, 57, everybody. Yeah, we got 60. Thank you. We're on 60. I appreciate it. 62. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah. 62, 64, baby. I'm climbing. All right, amigos, my friends, I had a good time. I believe I got that point across about all those crazy fees, this fees, that fee, marketplace fees, service fee, region city fees. And my message once again to these executives, we don't need more fees. We need more pay, right? If you're listening, as again, it's a very simple formula. We don't need more fees. We need more pay. So if you want to stop losing these drivers, if you want to stop spending so much money on recruiting new drivers, if you want to stop spending so many marketing dollars, because the amount of dollars that they spend on marketing, they could easily give us. Keep your drivers happy. Pay them well. Don't overtax them. Don't overfee them, right? Because they will leave your ass. They will leave your company. And your formula doesn't make sense, right? Oh, we'll get the next driver and the next driver, and this driver will last for 2 months, and this driver will last for 3 or 6 months, and we'll get the next one. No. Save yourself a lot of marketing fees. Pay your drivers well. Keep your drivers, right? Keep them happy, and they will stay with you. But enough of this fee nonsense, Dara Koshashawi. Enough of this fee nonsense. Huge shout out to Legal Rideshare, Brian Greening, for always stepping in, always helping the drivers when they're in accidents or when they're in trouble. I salute you, Brian Greening from Legal Rideshare. Huge shout out to the CEO of Display Ride, Abdul Karim, for coming up with such a genius idea and for keeping drivers safe. Thank you, Abdul and Display Ride, for your safety device with the instant footage uploaded to clouds. And again, thank you to Dexter yesterday. Thank you for jumping into the stream, and thank you for actually having a chief experience officer, right? Someone that actually goes in and talks to the people and comments, right, in live feeds. You saw he was in there yesterday. He answered all those questions. That's what you need. Not this cut and paste. We did an exercise today with a driver. We wrote a message, why was I deactivated on the Uber chat? Cut and paste. 3-second response. No, there's no way someone handwritten that. It's a cut and paste. Then we wrote the same complaint or the same issue on Twitter in the Uber support. Same thing. 3 seconds later, the very same message. So there's no human interacting with us. It's all robots. It's all artificial intelligence. And guess what? You're not reading our complaint. You're not even trying to remotely understand what our issue is or what the complaint is. You have some little freaking bot, some little robot sends out the same generic message in 3 seconds. There's no way in 3 seconds you've written such a paragraph. And we did the exercise on Twitter, and we did the exercise on the Uber live chat. No human. You're dealing with robots, my friends. You're dealing with computers. So I prefer to have a real human interaction. That's what this channel is about. We have 59 people in the house right now. Please be safe. Have a fantastic week, right? Austin East, thank you. And just do your very best. Just be you, right? And don't change. Don't change. Don't ever become like these individuals that run the company. Be yourself. Be genuine. Be authentic. You know, you're a hard worker. You're putting in the hours. You deserve to be paid. And that phrase, deserve to be paid, that's what I fight for. That's why we make these feeds. That's why we circulate these videos. That's why we get under their skin. Is like, hey, Dara, we need to get paid. Hey, Dara, enough of those fees. Hey, Dara, what's that frickin' marketplace fee you just brought out? Makes no sense, Dara. Hey, Dara, are you listening, Dara? Because we ain't stopping. We're coming for you. Love you guys. I appreciate you. Good night, everyone. And thank you. Thank you for participating in this feed. I appreciate you all. Good night.